What's poppin', everybody? This is Sid Fire 4, and I want to talk about the DP remakes today. It's been a while since I made a video specifically talking about them, but we know that they're gonna happen eventually and probably very soon. They might be the next Pokemon games after Sword and Shield, and I really want to ask the question if they're gonna be good. Now, Sword and Shield, I didn't pick that game up, and nobody will convince me otherwise. I know that it's shit by today's standards. Of course, being a Pokemon game, it will always have an advantage over most of the other games out there. There's gonna be some good stuff about it, like the competitive stuff where they make competitive battling easily a lot more accessible, a lot more easy to do, helping you change natures, helping you EV train Pokemon, all that kind of stuff. And of course, a lot of the new Pokemon are great, but the graphics are shit. The Pokedex is fucking. Half of the Pokemon from the National Pokedex are missing, which includes many, many, many of my favorites. Post game is non existent. Pretty much a lot of other bad shit like the wild area being half assed, glitches. Oh, God, so many things. It's more expensive than the other 3DS games. It's just on and on and on. So that game, forget about it. Maybe if they make an enhanced version of Sword and Shield and it's actually decent. That's what usually happens. But I want to talk about DP remakes because Diamond and Pearl and Platinum, they're Pokemon games that are very close to my heart. They build on the foundations from a lot of the best things from Gen 3, which in my eyes is the best, or at least they're my favorite kind of Pokemon games. And, even though, of course, they're not perfect and there's a lot of things Gen 3 does better than Gen 4, they still built upon those foundations. They added a lot of stuff in them, like extra stuff. It changed a lot of things around, like the secret bases. They were underground, that kind of thing. Lots of mini games, rich post game content, just excellent games. And even excluding Platinum, Diamond and Pearl, in my opinion, they stand on their own 2 feet as excellent Pokemon games. I don't care what anybody says. Of course, they have some issues maybe with the speed and stuff and the graphics, what have you, but they still stand on their feet as great games. So the question is, are the DP remakes going to be good? I pretty much have no faith in Game Freak as they are right now because of their changed philosophy, because of Junichi Masuda stepping down as director and is mostly the producer right now. The change with the times, their focus on other things, catering to the young kids, and just not caring about OGs like me. They were basically extra money, if we come around for them. Their aim is the kids of today. So I don't know. My little bit of hope is that usually remakes they get a little bit of extra care than even new generations, I would say, because they already have a base foundation of how the region is going to look like, the story and all that stuff. They don't have to change too much around, like come up with a lot of new things. They mostly have to, revamp the game and maybe introduce some new stuff to make it a little bit more interesting or different. But I mean, if I think about like what the best games out of, let's say, sixth gen would be, ORAS would be my pick. And you can say that's favoritism because of Gen 3, but I just really feel like they're better than Sun and Moon. Sun and Moon, in my opinion, did have the potential to be the best Pokemon generation, but they did so many things half-assed once again. They had 4 islands. You've got 4 islands, and I'm thinking, oh wow, we can dive, we can surf to them. They're going to be trainers. There's going to be exploration. They completely messed that up, non-existent. Legendaries, things like the Guardians, they could have made them more hidden, like Tapu Fini should have been at the sea. Just so many different things they could have done post game. Anyway, I still kind of like Sun and Moon, but if I had to pick for 6th gen what are the best games, it'd be Auras. You go back to the previous era of remakes, you got Heart Gold, Soul Silver. I like Platinum more, but pretty much everybody agrees that those games are the best, Heart Gold, Soul Silver, so I can't argue with that too much. So, you can kind of see that, the remakes they give more care to them. I feel like I don't know why, but it just seems like they know that a lot is riding on them because of the fans that love those specific generations, and then they're gonna get the remakes, get the games again, pretty much. So it's just more like fan service at the end of the day. So maybe that's why, which gives me a little bit of hope. But at the same time, Junichi Masuda stated that this whole thing with the Pokedex not including all of the Pokemon is here to stay. They're gonna keep doing that. I salute him for being honest and not sugarcoating it, but that doesn't mean it doesn't suck. So if they do DP remakes and half the Pokemon are missing again, that's just shit. It's just shit in my eyes. And the other big thing is, the post game. Diamond and Pearl just had so much post game. So if they're gonna remake the game how it was, I suppose then maybe it's not gonna suffer too much because it's gonna carry over the post game. But if they start excluding stuff like what they did with Oras, the case with Battle Frontier, then those games could end up being shit really quick too. So I don't know. Like Tamashi Hiroka said in her 1 hour excellent sort of review retrospective of Diamond and Pearl, even though that's not her favorite gen, she was really honest and really just made some excellent points. And I think that video is excellent. You should check it out. She said that because of the nature of these games, with the HMs, with all the stuff in it, they're good sort of candidates for remakes. They could do a lot of good things with them and sort of give us the perfect version of those games, you could say. So that's going to be pretty interesting. As always, they do some sort of new gimmick and new stuff, and they have to do some sort of a special form for Arceus or give it more stronger base stats and what have you, because that's supposed to be the god of Pokemon. I don't want to know that things like Ultra Necrozma and who the fuck else, like Mega Rayquaza, of course I love Rayquaza, but they're not supposed to be stronger than Arceus. So they got to do something like that. Maybe some sort of a primal, well not primal, but some sort of special versions, new forms for Dialga, Palkia, and Arceus. Just as long as they don't fuck them up. But usually they always do something like that. I guess, maybe. They always do gimmicks these days. So, will they be good? Will they won't be good? To be honest, I'm more pessimistic than optimistic. But like I've said, they do put more care in remakes, I feel like, most of the time. So maybe we're going to have a decent game going for us. We'll have to wait and see. So, hope you guys enjoyed this rant of mine. DP remakes, they're going to happen. That's just always the case. It's easy money for them. And it's going to be the same with Black and White. Eventually, it's going to be their turn. And then the next one. And then the next one. Until Pokemon just dies as a franchise. One day, it might happen. Who knows? So, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Subscribe, leave a like, share this video with your friends. I said all that shit. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. What's up?